Hi crafty friends, Nancy here, showing you a bit about my creative space as part of the Caseology design team blog hop. I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but I just want to show you a few basics about my room. A little bit of history as I crafted in the basement for a lot of years. Unfinished basement, it was cold, shared it with the kitty litter. A couple years back, my husband decided he wanted to finish off part of the basement and create a place to watch movies and things like that, place for the kids to play games. So he took over that space and he created me this wonderful creative space in what was our family room. I feel very lucky to have a space like this. It's got lots of room, lots of light, and lots of places to put things. So I share this room with my husband currently. It's also his office because of COVID, so there's his desk there. We'd always had the second desk there, so if he wanted to play on his computer or whatever while I was crafting, he could. Or if I had a friend come over to play, had a place for them to sit. But right now it's more of a COVID office than anything more. So over on his side of the room, as I like to call it, you can see a couple of the things I use, but not very often, like my laminator and my brother's Scan and Cut. And we also have a printer over there. Also a bunch of storage drawers. That is mostly his stuff or stuff for our business and things like that. I only go over there if I need to use the machines, and I only have the machines over there because I don't have room for them on my side of the room. All of the furniture in this room is IKEA, unless like the old desk that's going to be showing you here, that is not, and the chairs aren't IKEA either. But it worked really well for us. Bruce worked really hard, got it all put together, and I am so grateful, as I said, to have this space. So in these two lower Alex drawer units, I've got things like punches and the mats for my Scan and Cut. I also have my silhouettes sitting here. I've got some old wood-mounted stamps that honestly I never reach for to use, but I love them and I don't want to give them up. Also a little bit of junk storage because everybody's got junk drawers. So if we turn a little bit here and start looking at my craft space, you can see there's my desk. Ink storage up on the wall there, that is the majority of my inks, although I do have some in a drawer as well. Just kind of ran out of space, so that's where they've ended up. My chair, behind my chair you can see here, I've got a set of shelves that have all of my beautiful cardstock in it. I'll show you in a minute how I store my cardstock. Behind me, more Alex drawers and a desk with my cutting tools. You can also see my Copic storage on the desk there, also some marker storage on top of the Alex unit. That's where I keep all my pattern paper. The table underneath stores all of my Christmas stuff, Christmas stamps and dies, paper, punches, things like that. There's a bin underneath where I've started putting things that I want to try to sell. And then more Alex drawers over here. And then on this wall, there's some of my crochet projects that I've done. I've got a big TV, a little bit of yarn storage, and just general storage over here as well. So back to my space over here, I am very much all about having the things I use most often close at hand. I don't want to waste time looking for things. So between projects, this is pretty much what my space looks like. I'll finish a card, tidy up before I start a new card because I don't like wasting time looking for my tweezers or looking for my tape gun or anything like that. So I've got the little mini cutting machine here because it's just convenient to have. My laptop is here so I can take breaks and search Facebook or look for inspiration on Pinterest. I've got my calendar there with all of my design team duties, a couple of cups with some pens and tweezers and erasers and things like that. Some markers over there, and then those two gray desk organizers are from IKEA. When I'm going to play someplace else, like going to a crop or something, I'll empty one of them and fill them both up with the stuff that I use most often, so that I've got storage on my table while I'm cropping as well. And then that one drawer of my desk here is always open because I use it as extra storage space for my desktop. So you can see I've got my cleaning rags for cleaning my stamps, my tape runner, foam dots, things like that are all in that drawer. And it's pretty much always open just so I have quick access to it. On my desktop, you'll see I've got the glass desktop and then a 24x18 cutting mat. Because I use my Perfect Layers tool so often, I'd like to have a self-healing cutting mat always ready to go right there. And then I use the Stampin' Up! Grid paper on top of that. A is a space I can get messy and rip off and start anew. Also, I like the little bit of extra padding it gives me when I'm stamping. I've got 2 OttLights there. I've got old tired eyes, and more light is always a good thing. You can also see some cards there that I'm waiting to photograph. So if we go over here to my paper storage, let me just grab one of these. I bought these vinyl envelopes from Uline, and I put one color of cardstock in each one. I label it with the brand name and the color, and this is where all of my usable scraps go as well. So if I know I want to use Stampin' Up! Pumpkin Pie on something, but I only need a small piece, I've got a small piece right there that I can always grab. On top of this is also where I keep my stamps. I try to keep them sorted by type, so like the ones in the middle are all phrases and words. Different things in there, that one's kind of a catch-all. My dies are back there, and then these ones are florals mostly in there because, well, I like florals. What else can I tell you about my space? I think the biggest thing for me, as I said earlier, is having things at hand that I want to use most often. I don't like spending time looking for things, so when I'm done making a card, I put everything away so that I know exactly where it is when I get started on my next card. If you have any questions about my craft room, please comment or leave me a message, and I will get back to you. Hope you're having a great day. Happy crafting.